You are so old school, you are so old school, and do you know something? That is one of the most beautiful things about you. In a world where everything moves too fast, where people swipe away feelings as quickly as they unlock their phones, where promises disappear overnight and conversations become shorter every single day, you still carry something rare. You still believe that love deserves time. You still believe that loyalty matters. You still believe that someone's heart should never become a game. That's why you stand out. Not because you're trying to be different. Not because you're pretending to be unique. But because your heart never learned how to love halfway. You were built differently. You smile differently. You care differently. You remember the little things that everyone else forgets. You notice the smallest changes in someone's voice. You remember birthdays without reminders. You remember favorite songs, favorite colors, favorite dreams, favorite memories. Because when someone matters to you, they truly matter. You don't love with conditions. You don't love with calculations. You simply love. That is something the modern world struggles to understand. People call it old-fashioned. Some even laugh at it. But deep inside, many secretly wish they still had a heart like yours. Because there is something comforting about someone who still believes in handwritten feelings instead of perfectly crafted excuses. Someone who still believes in staying. Someone who believes that difficult conversations should happen face to face instead of disappearing behind silence. You are one of those people. Maybe nobody tells you often enough. Maybe you've even started wondering if there is something wrong with you. There isn't. There never was. The world simply became louder while your heart remained honest. That's not weakness. That's strength. You probably replay conversations in your mind more times than you should. You wonder if someone understood what you really meant. You worry if your words hurt someone. You apologize even when you weren't completely wrong because keeping peace matters more to you than winning arguments. Some people call that too sensitive. But sensitivity is not a flaw. It is proof that your heart is still alive. You still believe that good morning messages mean something. You still smile when someone remembers tiny details about you. You still think effort is attractive. You still believe showing up is romantic. You still believe consistency speaks louder than expensive gifts. That makes you rare, very rare. You don't need grand speeches. You don't need luxury vacations. You don't need constant attention from hundreds of people. You simply want someone who chooses you every day. Someone who stays. Someone who keeps their word. Someone who doesn't disappear whenever life becomes inconvenient. That isn't asking for too much. That is asking for the bare minimum. Yet somehow, it feels extraordinary these days. There have been moments when you questioned yourself, moments when you wondered if you should stop caring so much, should stop texting first, should stop checking in, should stop believing, should stop hoping. You even tried once, maybe twice, maybe more than you can count. But every single time, your heart returned to who it really is, because pretending not to care exhausted you far more than caring ever did. That's because kindness is your natural language. Love is your instinct. Loyalty is your identity. You cannot fake being cold. You were never meant to. You still believe eye contact says more than 1,000 messages. You believe hugs heal. You believe forgiveness is powerful. You believe people deserve second chances when they truly change. You believe honesty should never go out of style. And honestly, you're right. The world needs more people like you, not fewer. Never apologize for being genuine. Never apologize for having a soft heart. Soft hearts survive storms differently. They bend, they don't break. Every experience you've been through has taught you something. Every disappointment added another layer of wisdom. Every goodbye shaped your understanding of love. Yet somehow, despite everything, you still hope. That is incredible. Hope is not easy, especially after heartbreak, especially after broken promises, especially after nights when you cried silently because nobody knew what you were carrying inside. Still, you chose kindness. Still, you chose forgiveness. Still, you chose to believe tomorrow could be better. That takes courage, real courage. People often mistake loud confidence for strength. But quiet resilience, that is something completely different. Quiet resilience wakes up every morning even when yesterday hurt. Quiet resilience smiles while healing. Quiet resilience keeps believing even after disappointment. That is you. You don't always see it. Others may not always recognize it, but it is there, every single day. Maybe you've wondered why your story feels slower than everyone else's, why it seems like everyone else finds happiness first, why everyone else moves on faster. Comparison has a strange way of stealing peace. But life has never been a race. Some flowers bloom in spring, others bloom in autumn. Neither one is late. They bloom exactly when they are meant to. The same is true for your life. Nothing meaningful has ever been rushed. The strongest relationships are not built overnight. The deepest trust is not created in one conversation. The greatest love stories aren't written in a single chapter. They take time, just like you. You are not behind. You are becoming. Every lesson you've learned is preparing you for something your younger self couldn't have handled. One day you'll look back and understand why certain doors stayed closed, why certain people walked away, why certain plans never happened. Not because you failed, but because something better needed room to arrive. Sometimes protection looks exactly like disappointment. Sometimes unanswered prayers become unexpected blessings. Sometimes delays become miracles in disguise. Even now, while you're reading these words, you may not realize how much you've already grown. Think about the version of yourself from years ago. Look at everything you've survived. Look at every obstacle that once felt impossible. Look at every fear you eventually faced. You're still here, still breathing, still believing, still loving. That alone deserves recognition. You don't have to become someone else to deserve happiness. You don't have to be colder, harder, more distant, more mysterious. You simply need people who recognize the value of the heart you've always had. Because the right people never make genuine love feel outdated. They treasure it, they protect it, they return it. One day someone will appreciate the way you remember little details, the way you check if they got home safely, the way you celebrate small victories, the way you encourage dreams, the way you stay during difficult conversations instead of running away. Those qualities won't scare away the right person. They will make them feel safe, and safety is one of the greatest forms of love. You are not too much. You have simply been offering extraordinary love to people who only wanted temporary attention. There is a difference, a huge difference. Don't confuse rejection with lack of value. Sometimes people walk away simply because they aren't ready to receive something genuine, that has nothing to do with your worth. Your worth has never depended on someone's ability to recognize it. A diamond remains valuable even if someone mistakes it for ordinary stone. The same is true about you.